8 steps to earning $100,000 in profit in your local small business. Are you one of the many local small business owners that make the national average of $35,000 to $55,000 net income a year? How would you like to earn $100,000 in profit in your local small business? Would that improve the quality of life for you and your family? What if there was an 8-step plan that would help you move the needle and begin to double or triple your take-home pay? In today's training module, we are going to walk through the steps that will help you hit that goal. Now, before we start, please know that you will not go from $35,000 to $100,000 overnight. However, these same principles, when applied over and over, will help you grow each year until you get there and beyond. Let's discuss the elephant in the room. Can all local small business owners get to $100,000 in profit? Now, I'm not going to pretend that each and every business can. For example, a dog walking business is going to have a tough time, as that is a lot of dogs at a low price. However, with that said, while 90% can't, there are probably 10% that can. They will need to scale the business using other people, creating a team of dog walkers and hiring independent contractors to do the work. Also, keep in mind, a dog walker in a city location is going to do a much better business than a dog walker in the country. Another great example is an AC repair tech. Listen, an AC repair tech in Arizona is going to make some serious cash compared to an AC guy up in Alaska. So the key takeaway is you must set yourself up for a business that has the best potential to grow. But honestly, the vast majority of local small businesses can have a shot at this milestone. You just have to realize you might be building a team versus individual type of business. So if you have one of these types of businesses, then you will just need to think creatively using the 8 steps that we are about to go over. Now, this video isn't a full-blown training course. However, it will give you the steps that you need. If implemented, will definitely give you the tools you need to start on this path. So keep an eye out for even more detailed tools in the future. One more quick note. When we discuss making $100,000, please know that we aren't going to be discussing taxes. Since each person's situation is different, we are going to treat the $100,000 in the same manner we would somebody who has a $100,000 salary. From that salary, they pay multiple things, including their taxes. So to keep this nice and clean, we are just going to be discussing your net profit before taxes, but after companies' costs and expenses. This way, your $100,000 net is the same as someone who makes $100,000 a year at their corporate job. So with that said, let's dive in. In step 1, you must set aside 2 to 3 hours a week to start working on your business and not just in your business. Way too many business owners spend the vast majority of their time working in their business versus on their business. There are a lot of reasons why this happens. For most one-person businesses, it is easy to get sucked into this behavior since you are wearing every hat in your business. And as long as 99% of your time is spent on the doing, you will never grow beyond your current capacity. So this step is a very important part of your game plan, which is why it is our first step. It is crucial that you are setting aside the time you need to work on your business, your systems, and other critical areas of your business. If you aren't committed to working on your business, then you will just keep getting what you are already getting, which is the very definition of insanity. So, when is the best time to schedule this? Ideally, you would spend your first hour of each day working on your business. However, some of you must get up early and start right away. So then set aside time at the end of the day. Worst case scenario, set aside your first few hours on Monday or time on Sunday afternoon. Remember, you need to make this time a habit. The best way to make it a habit is to pick the same time each day or week. Whatever you pick, make sure you fully commit and block your calendar during this time. Make it a sacred part of your week. Step 2. You need to identify the gap between what you are currently doing today in sales and what you are needing to do to hit your new target. So, for example, let's say you are bringing home $5,000 a month or $60,000 a year profit. So we know that you need to grow your business by $40,000 more in profit. For our example, let's also assume that your existing sales are around $125,000, and that covers both your expenses and your profit. Because remember, your $125,000 is made up of your profit, your expenses, and your costs. In our course on gross margin and cost margin, we dive in deeper and show you how to figure out what sales you need to obtain any profit goal. Using the spreadsheet, you can easily calculate these numbers. I recommend that you check out both of these tools in our video section of the Training for Local Small Business Owners.com website. Now, let's say you did the exercise and you realize that you need to take your business from $125,000 to $230,000 to hit your new $100,000 goal plus expenses. So you need $105,000 more in sales annually, or $8,700 a month. So your goal in our next steps will be to determine ways that you will not only increase your sales monthly, but we will also take a look at decreasing your costs at the same time. But the key takeaway in step 2 is to make sure you discover the number you are looking to hit. Without a goal, you will be missing your target every single time. And don't forget to check out the full video and spreadsheet to help more on this particular step. Step 3, create some sales ideas. Now that you know your need, it is time to create some sales ideas. So how are you going to build your sales to hit this new number? Later, we will look at costs, but in this step, just focus on ways that you can increase your sales. Now, please take off your I can't hat. I want you dreaming just like you did when you first started your business. You remember how you thought you could tackle the world and nothing was off limits? I want you thinking just like that. Toss out all of your ideas. Don't get hung up on having no time to do these additional sales. We will cover that later. For now, just capture it all. Some areas to look at would be, what are products that you can add to your mix? What services can you add? One of the best things you can do is think of add-on products that you can sell. I'll give you a great example. I have a septic tank at my house, so when I have had it pumped, our local guy offers a septic tank product that you just drop in your toilet once a month to help you with the bacteria. And it costs around $35 if I recall. While I could easily get some septic stuff at the store, at that very moment, I'm really primed to buy this add-on product since it is right there and top of mind. We're going to talk about this more shortly. For now, I want you to think of products that would make great add-on items in your business. The nice thing about add-on products is they typically have a higher margin. Another great example might be offering an extended warranty on your products or services. There is a reason why the big box retailers offer one on so many of their items. Heck, if you go to Walmart now, they offer them on items that only cost $20. It is getting out of control. Who would pay an additional 10% for something that they will probably never use? Believe it or not, a lot of folks. This is a huge profit maker for these businesses. So why do they do this? Well, the odds of someone using the warranty is very slim, as technology tends to move on to greater things, or the product is no longer really that important to them. And since it is almost 100% profit on most transactions, it is a great moneymaker for them. So as part of your brainstorming, what could you offer for a warranty? Another type of warranty that you might be able to do is to come back in a year and recheck the work you did as a type of extended warranty plan. For a $50 add-on and only 10 minutes of your time, you could have a great sales funnel and, even better, a great profit funnel. The key is to think outside of the box. Step 4, develop a game plan with your sales ideas. Once you have a nice, healthy list of ideas to drive sales, it is time to start figuring out what it takes to get those sales. Remember, don't get hung up on having the time and how you are going to do it. That is coming up in a later step. This step is all about figuring out how you can drive those sales. An example might be, what would your marketing plan look like? Do you need Facebook ads, local newspaper ads, following up with past clients? Toss out tons of ideas that you can do to drive those sales ideas you came up with in the last step. Another example might be what we talked about earlier. You might have discovered a great add-on item. So in this game plan section, you might write something like, for every X service you do, you will push Y add-on. What type of success rate would you also need? So let's use this example. If you were that septic tank person and you did 4 septic pumps a day, and you could get 1 out of every 4 clients to purchase that septic bacteria dose, so that is 5 a week at $5 a pop, that would lead to a possible extra $175 a week, or $9,000 a year, assuming only a 5-day-a-week work week. If this business grew to 7 days a week, that would be an additional $12,000 a year. Actually, it's even higher. I think it's like $12,700. Never underestimate the power of add-on items. You just need a game plan on how you will drive them. Another item to look at is your website. Can it be improved to drive more sales? Make sure your website is put into your game plan as well. Some other things that you could do is look at leveraging any social media. Some businesses do very well, for example, with Instagram. There is a local guy in my small town that uses the power of Facebook pages really well. By just being friendly on them and providing great service in his business, he is the first name that is tossed out when people are looking for someone that needs a mechanic. For a few moments a day, he has managed to triple his business and hire a team to keep up with it. Imagine what you could do in yours. Remember, he does it by backing it up with great service and quality work, and you need to do the same thing. Step 5. Look for ways to reduce your costs and your expenses. Now, there are 3 ways to increase your business's profit. One way is to increase your sales but maintain the same costs. Another way is to do the same sales that you do now, but at a reduced cost, therefore creating a higher profit margin. Now, there is a third way, which is a combination of both. And this is the ideal plan to attack from both sides. Earlier we discussed the sales side of the equation. So in this step, we are going to attack the cost and expense side of your business. First, you will want to take a look at your expenses. Are there areas that you are overspending and not watching? A typical expense that gets wasted with local small business owners, for example, is gas. If you have to run to Home Depot or Lowe's multiple times during a job, then you are wasting both time and gas. And some of you also run to your shop or your home back and forth, which also wastes time and gas. Another great example might be your product cost. In big business, they are always looking for ways to get their inventory at better costs. So you want to look for ways to get your products cheaper. Are there other suppliers that you could use? Maybe you can purchase in bigger lots or quantities. Caution on this one. Don't do this if it causes you to have too much inventory. Inventory that you are not using in the next few weeks, maybe 8 to 10, it is like having dollar bills sitting on the shelf. So you want to buy better, but not sit on a year's worth of inventory that you will not be selling or using anytime soon. Another great area to look at, are you losing money due to waste? For example, folks are cutting things wrong or buying the wrong stuff and you can't return it, so you just have to toss it. So all of it just becomes a pure loss. If you own a quick service restaurant or any restaurant, are your employees putting too much food on the plate or in the food? Are your food costs too high? Do you even know what your food costs are? I remember at my first job at Taco Bell, I had a chart right in front of me that said exactly how much meat, lettuce, and cheese went into the taco. And that was over 30 years ago. That is how long these businesses have known how important this particular step is. Think about all of the holes in your business. You want to tweak them, which leads us to step 6. Identify core processes that are broken in your business. Local small business owners are losing money left and right due to poor or weak processes in their business. It is critical that you take a look at your processes and fix anything that is broken. Maybe you are losing money due to not collecting your invoices due to poor follow-up. So many business owners fail to not only follow up on their invoices, even worse, some of them never send them out in the first place. In real estate, we use vendors to help our clients out around their home. I can't tell you how many of them never bill our clients for those services. I'm always amazed at how much business is never paid for. Another great way to improve your business is to look at things you do over and over, and could you automate them more? Instead of running back and forth every day to a supplier, can you go just once a week? Instead of spending hours on your quotes, can you create a spreadsheet that contains all the parts you need to speed up the process? Are you answering the same question over and over? Can you put that answer on your website or even in your bids? You will be amazed at how much time is lost due to these repetitive actions. If you don't believe me, track this for a week and see how much you address over and over. These are the things that you want to try to find out how to cut down that time. Another great way to save time is to think of all the areas that you hate doing because they take so much of your time. How can you make them quicker? If your bookkeeping is taking you hours a week, maybe it might be time to hire someone to help you out. Sure, this will add to your costs, but you might find that by freeing up your time, you can knock out an extra job a week and it will pay for this person. Plus, you will still have even more time to spend on creating even more sales ideas, which now leads us to step 7. In step 7, you need to identify what resources you need to achieve the game plan that you have been building. So, how much is your time worth? Maybe you feel you are worth $50 an hour. So if you have processes that could easily be done for $10 to $15 an hour, you might find replacing you in that task is worth it, especially if it frees you up to make that $50 an hour. Let's use the example of getting a bookkeeper. If you hired someone part-time for 10 hours a week to process your bookkeeping and those invoices, and you paid them $10 an hour, you are looking at $100 a week. If your time is worth $50 an hour due to what you can produce in sales, then those 10 hours a week you pick up are theoretically now worth $500. So you can easily pay for this bookkeeper, plus have more profits and sales to boot. Maybe there is an online program that will help streamline some of your other processes. For example, that better quoting system we talked about. Maybe by investing in your website, you will get more sales. Another item, you might need help generating and creating some marketing materials. Look through your game plan that you are creating. What are the tools, resources, and people that will help you hit your profit goals? Word of caution though, keep that I can't hat on the shelf. Fight the urge to say I can't or I can never afford that. That type of thinking isn't going to get you to your $100,000. Trust me, you will find a way if you really know that it will have a great return on the investment. You just need to have a plan, which brings us now to step 8, our final step. You must see yourself as a $100,000 profit business. Far too often, you are your own limiter as to what you can accomplish. If you don't believe you can, you won't. If you don't think like a $100,000 profit business, you will never become one. You can't think about all the reasons you can't do it, but rather you need to see them as hurdles and think of solutions to the problem. They aren't a wall you can't penetrate. You just need to think of how you will make it happen. Your mindset is half the battle to you getting to a $100,000 profit. If you don't believe me, I want to challenge you to spend the next week really believing you are a $100,000 business. If by the end of the week you aren't seeing big changes in how you do business, then fine, go back to your old ways. But I bet you will see and feel the difference when you believe in your heart that you are a $100,000 business. Heck, for most of you, I challenge you to think even bigger. If you really want to build one heck of a business, dream bigger. Can you see yourself possibly running a $1 million business? Having a team of folks or various crews helping your clients or customers, do you see maybe you having a brick and mortar that you can pump out some serious sales? Maybe you have visions of creating franchise in the future. I dare you to believe in your heart that you are running a $1 million business. If you did, you make different choices versus small mom and pop ones. Sure, you might be doing $75,000 today, but you are just slowly building your own empire. If all you want is a small business, that's okay too. There's no problem. Lots of folks just want a great business that provides them the lifestyle that they want, the freedom to spend time with their family and work when they want. Either way, you need to see it and believe it and then think like a $100,000 profit business. How would you run your business differently? In conclusion, hopefully your head is swimming with ideas on how you can get your business to $100,000 in profit. Remember, it all starts with you sitting down that first time to work on your business and not just in it. Then it's about working on your plan each week. You can do amazing things when you have a plan in place. Now, to help you get going, head on over to trainingforlocalsmallbusinessowners.com to get a free workbook that I have put together to help walk you through all 8 steps to discover how you will get to your $100,000 plus business. If you are liking our training videos, then you will love our podcast that you can take on the road with you and listen in your car or on the job through your phone. Check out the Local Small Business Coach podcast. You can also listen on our website at localsmallbusinesscoach.com. To listen on your phone, just use the podcast app that you have. iPhones come with a podcast app, and Androids, you can download a podcast app from the Google Play Store like Stitcher. And then just look for Local Small Business Coach. Hopefully, I can continue to help you and your local small business to increase profits, boost sales, improve your processes, and develop better teams. And don't forget to check back for more tools and resources in the future. Subscribe to the channel and get all of the videos in the future. And come on over and visit us at localsmallbusinesscoach.com or trainingforlocalsmallbusinessowners.com.